Haven't heard that intro music in quite some time. Hello. Welcome to this episode of Pump the Brakes. I'm Eric Evans, the host. Alongside, this is your second appearance, Stephen
Second
Rowland.
one. That's it. NBA playoffs. Here we are.
Welcome to the show. Yeah. Every time I want to talk a little NBA, I can't get Blake on the show because he doesn't think any sports exist outside of now the WNBA, which he seems to be a huge fan of, and the NFL. So anytime we want to talk different sports, I got to try and get other people on. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Today we're basically just going to do all things NBA. We're going to talk playoffs. Jokic winning his third MVP in 4 years. Pretty fucking incredible when you look at that guy and be like, yeah, that dude's been the best player in the NBA for half a decade.
Hard to argue, too.
Yeah. We're going to discuss our top 10 players in the league as of today. This kind of just came up in a text thread as I was at the airport. Mentioned top 10 players in the NBA. We're talking about Anthony Edwards. And let me tell you something. This exercise of naming the top 10 players in the NBA is a lot more difficult than anybody would think. It was.
You could lose some sleep over it.
It took me hours. I got home from work. I said, okay, top 5, pretty fucking easy. I think there's a clear tier of 4. Then I think 5 is his own tier. It's clearly him. And then 6 through 10, you could argue probably 15 names. There's probably some names that you're thinking of that I didn't really give any thought to that are like some big names. But so I'm excited to see how that goes. But first, I want to start with this trivia question. And this absolutely stunned me. And now I put it in our notes, so you had some time to look at it and think about it. If you did that or not, that's completely up to you. I don't know. I do trust that you didn't look it up.
I didn't come ill-prepared, but I did not look it up.
Okay. This player in the NBA, 4th in total assists, and was 6th per game. So it wasn't just a accounting, like he just did it. He wasn't a stat pattern. He had 673 assists. Who is this player?
I have 2 names.
Okay.
One
also, while you're thinking of this, I do want to just state that we did not plan to like be identical outfits on this day. This was random, but
no. You got good taste, I guess.
Yeah, thanks, man. All right, you have 2 names. Let me hear it.
Yeah. I mean, the safe answer I was going to say was Luka. And a wild card would be one of our favorites, Fred VanVleet.
Ooh, we do love VanVleet.
We do.
No, so for assist, Luka is number 2. He was 3rd in total assists, 2nd in per game. So you were wrong. VanVleet is a very good guess. He is 6th in total and 7th in per game.
Great. The
player who I think is probably the most underrated player in the NBA, Domantas Sabonis.
I should have known.
Back-to-back rebound leader. Also, we'll just call it top 5 in assist.
Yeah.
And I have a lot to say on him, but we will get to that later.
No, I guess that's probably not all that surprising. It's, that out west, they just, unfortunately, over here, we just watch.
You wouldn't think a big man like that.
Right.
He
and the NBA does a terrible job of promoting him.
100%. So Jokic wins his 3rd MVP in 4 years. This one probably the most controversial. A lot of people thought it should have gone to Luka, who actually finished 3rd. I probably would have given it to SGA.
Yeah, I mean,
given what they did from a team aspect, but that's probably just best player on best team in the West,
But is that what the award is? We don't have a clear definition of what most valuable player is.
We
Is
don't.
it
And
player in the league? Is it the best player on the best team? I don't know. It's very
well, it
subjective.
wasn't this year. And listen, there's probably no wrong answer between the three. I will
But
just
also, I was reading. Did you know that the Nuggets, they had the same record? They lost on a division tiebreaker. So I mean, if it's the best player on the best team, Jokic, I mean, they had the same record as
well, I
SGA's.
did notice the. So we were having this conversation about the 10 best players, and I was looking to see the difference, and we were really talking about the Celtics because it doesn't make any sense to me how good they are.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll get into all that. 9th player in NBA history to win the awards 3 times. I feel like 9 is a lot.
Yeah. I mean, to win it 3 times, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you got the names?
Now I'm assuming that's probably 3 or more times, but the way that they
Yeah.
worded it was just 3 times.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
especially if you think of guys like Shaq and Kobe have never won it 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue Jokic. I mean, he is incredible, but he's going to be getting close to the LeBron. It's starting to get stale, and I think voters will shy away from it moving forward. I would think because you can't give it to him every year.
I wonder what our friend Joe Velarde is going to say if they get fucking swept in the second round. Oh, how's your MVP losing round 2? Oh, fucking dork.
Well,
yeah, I wonder if that's going to diminish the legacy. Dude gets swept in the second round. I hope he holds that same energy that he did for Embiid last year.
Well, you know,
it
does
if he played the entire year, he probably would have gone back to back. I do want to talk about the first round of the playoffs. The NBA, you need to stop the playing games. The first round is already terrible. It sucks. We don't need the 10th team in the conference to get a shot at a title. It's horrible. Now, luckily, of course, there's some good series. There always is some. But, I don't need to see the Heat sneak in and play the Celtics. I don't need to see the Pelicans sneak in and get swept. I don't care about that.
Yeah, those were – I mean, the NBA is in a tough spot. They need to do something because every sport – the NBA is the farthest – the difference between regular season basketball and playoff basketball is so far different than any other sport.
It's not even close.
It's just – yeah, right. If somebody watches a regular season NBA game, they're going to hate the product. Yeah. If you watch a playoff game outside of a few series in the first round, you'd be like, I actually can get into this. I don't know how you change it. They did that in-season tournament. I think that was somewhat of a flop. I don't know what you do. Honestly, I don't know what you do. Some of these series were awful. Now, some of the series probably would have been better. If Jimmy Butler plays, the Heat series is probably better.
Agreed.
Giannis didn't play. Lillard was a shell of himself, injured-wise. Those are 2 series that probably are much better.
I agree. Kawhi missed a bunch of games.
But that's a whole nother conversation in and of itself with Kawhi. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know what the answer is. I don't envy Adam Silver at all. These guys, they get paid to play basketball, and they don't really want to play basketball.
It's odd.
Yeah.
I will say it's kind of nice, this NBA playoffs, and I guess it kind of happened last year too. I don't know what's going to happen outside of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't have LeBron anymore. We don't have Steph in the playoffs. No KD. We mentioned Giannis is gone. This is, I think, we're starting to see the changing of the guards in the NBA.
Oh, absolutely! It was like the Brady Man Breeze NFL generation was passed. Now you may get another Peyton Manning Denver Broncos. They may win another title. Brady with the Bucks. You may get one more from one of those guys, but it's officially not.
Well, I think we just had it from Steph and the Warriors a couple years ago. That was a title they weren't supposed to win. They got it.
Yeah.
They're done.
Yeah.
That's it.
It is not they've passed the torch, and the NBA is in good shape player wise for sure.
It really is, and it's nice to go into a season and be like, okay, I know it's not going to be LeBron versus Steph again.
Right.
So that is that. I love that. So I want to know, like, what's next for these guys that are already out. The Lakers and LeBron onto a new coach already. It looks like it's going to be JJ Redick, which I fucking love JJ. I love him on TV. I love the insight that he brings because it's not the corporate America fucking stuff. Like, he'll just say what needs to be said. So I'm kind of afraid that if he gets a head coaching job, especially in Los Angeles, that he's going to have to like shy away from that a little bit.
That's about the worst landing spot for him, in my opinion. I hope he's smart enough to know not to go there.
Why do you say that? Just because?
Well, let me go on my LeBron James rant first.
Go. Okay.
One, he can't read a book. I am not a huge LeBron fan. I hate him, actually. But this will come full circle.
Okay.
Terrible teammate. If you're a role player on a LeBron James team, he's one of the worst teammates there is. He is a coach killer. He takes zero accountability. He takes none of the blame. If they win, it's all because of him, which rightfully so. But now full circle, if you don't think he's one of the greatest players of all time, if not the greatest, you're a moron. I have him third behind Kobe, Mike, and Wally Zerbiak, but
that would be
great
fourth.
player. I'm sorry, fourth best player. Sorry. No, it's seriously though. I mean, it's just LA is not the roster's flawed right now. Currently, there's not much movement that they can make. LeBron is terrible at creating a roster. We've seen that.
Yep.
LA is not going to pay. They're notoriously a low-paying job. It's just I hope JJ doesn't go there because I think he could be a great coach, and just not the good spot for him.
I do got a little kickback here.
Okay.
If I'm a role player, maybe not today, but the only dude like I would want to play with back then was LeBron. It was the only chance I had to go into the finals. Like,
sure, yes. I'd rather be like the sixth guy off the bench, but like if you're the starting point guard role player, like Mario Thomas, he was awful to him. D'Angelo Russell, he's a terrible teammate to him.
Also
maybe you just don't want to be a point guard for a LeBron James team.
Maybe that could be fair because if I'm running a team, hey, sorry, D'Lo, like, I want the ball in LeBron's hands, not yours, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what's the appeal, because if you're a head coach, if obviously you have LeBron, you're expected to win a championship. If you do, it's only because you have LeBron. If you don't, you're the failure.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I do feel like that's it. That list is probably longer than just LeBron, but I think that's just an NBA thing. But yeah, no, I'm not going to argue. I would wonder, LeBron's going to go into year 23, 24?
Yeah, one of the two.
I wonder how many head coaches he's had. Do you think over or under like 9? I don't know.
It's right around there. I bet it's right around.
Almost every other year getting a head coach. Huh.
And the writing's on the wall. It always, I mean, I'm not going to say he was a great coach. He probably outkicked his coverage getting the Lakers gig year one. But he took them to the conference finals last year. And then mid-season this year, you could just tell, LeBron with his subliminal shots to the media. And that's the problem, too. If LeBron doesn't respect you as a head coach, how are you going to get D'Angelo Russell or, these other guys? Yeah. It's over.
I do think, I don't know if you've seen it, there's been like the podcast that LeBron and JJ have done. Like, it seems like LeBron's on board with this.
Yeah.
At least from that standpoint. So, I don't know.
But he's had friends be his coach before.
It doesn't always work. I understand.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for
And it
JJ.
may work.
He's my favorite player of all time. I love JJ Redick. Literally my favorite player of all time. I hope it works.
Well, you should want better for him then.
Yeah, but dude, if your first head coaching gig is going to be the Los Angeles Lakers, like you fucking take it. I don't care who's on the roster.
Well, no, I absolutely
you
take
have
it.
to take
but
it.
do you fizzle out there? Because I mean, history shows they're on a coaching carousel every other year. Does that ruin his coaching career before it even begins?
I doubt it. I mean, I guess we'll see.
Like if he let's just say he took a job in Detroit or New Orleans or something like that,
then nobody cares.
But he can win Coach of the Year in 2 years and then go and get a better coaching job that's not tied to LeBron.
Yeah, then you hope for the Lakers job. You may as well just take it now.
Well, yeah, no, I mean it'd be hard to pass, but
it is hard to pass. Hey man, do you want to coach the Lakers or do you want to yell at Stephen A. Smith 3 times a week on ESPN? I think it's pretty fucking simple what you should do.
True. Especially LeBron, because you just give him the clipboard.
Yeah. Do you think the Suns do anything? There's some rumblings around KD already getting out.
Yeah,
the KD, Booker, and Beal, that didn't work at all. What the fuck happened to Bradley Beal?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, that's the whole thing with the big three. Like that one didn't work. Sometimes they do some, and I don't know if it didn't work this year. I mean, next year they're stuck though. I mean, everybody's under contract, I believe, for another 2 years. They gave everything away for KD and Beal. Like you're not going to get anything in return. I think
they don't own a first round pick till like 2033 or 31. Something.
Yeah, I saw they gave 4 first round picks, and I'm reading this. I wrote it down. 4 firsts for KD. They gave 4 first pick swaps for Beal and 6 second round picks. You can't blow it up. Like this is your team for at least another year. I mean, there's rumblings that Booker wants to be in New York. I don't love hearing that. That's the problem with the NBA. If you're just not happy, you just say exactly where you want to go, and it's a player-driven league.
I know, and it sucks because I've always been of the mindset like, hey, fuck you players. This is my team. I'm the GM. I'm going to run it how I need to. Yeah. But then if you are such a stubborn hard ass and you're trying to attract free agents, then it's just not going to work. So you kind of have to. It's a double-edged sword. So I want to get in. You said the big three didn't work, and I have down here. Is the idea of the big three dead? Like, do you need 3 superstars like you wanted LeBron, Bosh, Wade, Pierce, KG, Ray Allen? Like, I think a lot of these teams now, they have 2.
Right.
And then they fill out the roster.
Right.
Instead of having that third star.
I think they're moving away from it. I think if a GM this offseason could put LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Durant together, I mean, they're going to do it in a heartbeat.
Of course.
So, so it's not dead. I like seeing it fail. I think it's better for the league. It's better for teams like Orlando.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what we're seeing. Like the Clippers.
Right.
You can say they have a big 4. Doesn't fucking work. The Suns doesn't work.
Right.
Then you have teams like the fucking Boston Celtics, who I will never understand. I don't get it.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I hope it's over. It's better for the league. I mean, this year, like you said, you don't wake up and you don't know what's going to happen in the NBA for the first time since 2003. Yeah. Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
So
I agree. It is good for teams like the Mavs. I think it's better for the league. Like I don't think you can have essentially 3 max players and it work anymore. I just think you need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on your roster to be able to contribute.
Right.
You did mention the Magic. You are a Magic fan. They lost in 7 games this year.
Hmm.
Looking good though. There's something to be positive about.
That was a great season. I mean, I'm a Magic fan, but I'm not outrageous with my expectations. Playing game this year was where I was expecting them to be.
Yeah.
Losing Game 7 the way they did put a bad taste, to finish the season.
Yeah.
But it's probably all about the process. I mean, that's probably good growing pains to go through that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You nailed your number 1 overall pick, which is you can't miss on that one, and they didn't. Paolo is everything you want in a number 1 pick.
He's the
and the moment is not too big from him for year 2. The dude was unbelievable in the playoffs.
Do you think he can be a 1 on a team that can get to the conference finals? Like, can he be the guy?
I think so. Yes, I think so. Because what the Magic are missing, and we will probably get into that.
We're going to get into that right now.
It'll help. That offense can get stagnant, and there's no space because we just cannot shoot the 3 ball in the playoffs. You get a shooter or you get a scoring guard, and that opens up everything, and it just helps Paolo's game tremendously.
I agree 100%, obviously, and we've talked about this, texted about this a bunch. I have a name, like a realistic name that would make sense, because obviously, we kind of talked about the Paul George thing. Do you really want to give him a max at 35? Probably not. But would he be like a perfect fit for the team? Like, yeah, duh. But I have a name. Kind of makes a little sense. It's not a crazy good score, but it's a dude that I think can create space. I think, and you just named him, I think D'Angelo Russell is, for the price that you would have to pay for him, for the role that he would play, I think that's a sneaky guy that would make a little bit of sense for the Magic.
Yeah, no, he's definitely on my short list. Again, whatever the contract looks like, it's all depending. He gets a bad rap in the NBA. The locker room deal, and then with LeBron, I mean, we could use him. I don't know if this is this free agent class. Like, I don't know if this is when we want to go all in. I mean, the guys are so young. I mean, they could be picky in a sense. Like, they don't have to rush this thing. I know if you can, you do, but I don't know if this is the class where you do it. I know we've been linked to Klay Thompson, and look, the 3-point shooter. I mean, I would love that. I don't know with the health and everything right now. Could we use them? Yeah, absolutely. Depending on the price, that changes everything.
I'm not giving Klay. I don't even know what he's going to ask for or demand, but whatever he wants, I know I'm going to.
Is it all right if I open a beer? Can I open a beer?
I think you can. Yeah. Yeah, the things that we say on this podcast, you could open a beer.
Fair enough.
It is Twisted Tea Thursday. Shout out. It's a little early in my time, so I'm probably going to hold off a little bit. But cheers. Yeah. No, I think D'Angelo Russell is a very good fit. I think it's somebody that the Magic can pay for. And I think we're at the point now, even if they wanted to aim higher, I don't think Orlando is like a like it could be a destination now. Yeah, I want to play with Paolo.
I don't know why for the longest time. I don't know why for the longest time it's been a place where you just can't attract a high profile free agent, or we're getting a free agent that's, like you said, 35, where we're getting him after his previous max deal. I mean, the Florida, the no income tax, no state income tax, the facilities
listen, you know this. As an adult, Orlando sucks. Orlando sucks.
Okay. Sure. I mean, it's not my favorite city in Florida, but the weather is, better than Utah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can golf year round. The facilities are state of the art from what I've been told. I haven't been inside the Advent Health Center, but And then if you look at the playoffs, like how do you not want to play with a guy like Paolo and Franz? I mean, he had a terrible game 7, but there's no way that you look at him and he's a great. He's probably the best third option on a new big 3.
Yeah. One of the things that might go under the radar, like if I'm like a scoring guard, we don't love to play defense a lot. They one of the best defensive teams in the league.
I was gonna say, you come to Orlando, we can hide that.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I don't know. I'm all in on D'Angelo Russell. To
I mean, honestly, I've like the perfect piece would be someone like Trae Young, not necessarily available in our division, would never happen.
Right.
But in a players-driven league, if he says he wants to leave, give him what they want. It's perfect.
Sure.
Not a great defender.
Well, listen, now you have to like give up assets for this. Like Russell's going to be a free agent.
Yeah, but we've got the assets. I mean, we can do that. We've got the caps. We can make things work. But yeah, I mean, realistically, D'Lo. I like Malik Monk. I wouldn't mind him coming to Orlando.
That would be. I think that's like that's a teardrop. But I like Malik. He could definitely shoot the rock.
And Jamal Mosley loves him too. Mosley loves him. He's killed the Magic.
I do want to talk a little Sixers, obviously. I got a little cocky heading into the playoffs. I know Embiid missed a lot of time, came back, and I thought he was going to be significantly more healthy than he was. And the fact that he was the best player in that series at 70%, if that, is fucking incredible. Once I saw game 1, I was like, oh, this dude is not healthy at all. Do you think they need to get another star next to Embiid? Or do you think Maxey has proven in this series? I know they lost in round 1. But do you think Maxey can be that too, and they just need that third complementary piece?
I mean, I can see it both ways. Again, like if Paul George says he wants to come to Philly, you bring him in. You can't. I mean, you got to. You go if you can upgrade, you upgrade. If I don't think Maxey's the worst too. Like, I mean, can they build around that and get deep and bring in pieces? Can that win? I mean, yeah, it may. They're kind of their hands are tied because you've invested so much. I mean, you're not starting over. Like, you're just not doing that.
I don't think they need to start over. I think the cap space that they have now that Tobias Harris is off the books, which, you know what? I'm going to say this. I like Tobias. I thought he was a great personality. Like, he's a good dude. But boy, did he just fucking shrink the last couple years, man. Like that.
Yeah. I mean, they told an
elimination game while getting paid.
They told Jimmy Butler to take a hike to keep Tobias. I mean, that was.
It was mainly to keep Simmons, which
that didn't work either.
No, but you keep the 22-year-old.
Sure.
You have to do that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're linked to Paul George. They're linked to Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
I don't think they need that. I think Maxey can be like an all-NBA guy.
Yeah. I mean, he's proven. I mean, at the moment. But
yeah, the moment's not big, too big for him. If he's not the fastest player in the NBA, then I don't know who he is. But he definitely tries to be the fastest. He's unbelievable.
A
lot of people on Sixers Twitter want them to get Lauri Markkanen, which I think they just need like a 3.
Yeah, that would be a nice piece. That would be a nice piece.
He's only owed $17 million. I think that I read then they would still have 48 left over.
I saw him live at Ball Arena in Denver, and I'm pretty sure he scored like 40.
Yeah, he's nasty. Yeah, he's also very underrated.
I was going to say another guy that's just not talked about. But the NBA doesn't do a great job outside of 8 players.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
The Magic game 7, random, but the Magic game 7 was the first time they were on ABC since 2009.
I saw you text us that. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, ABC is a big NBA channel. Like, Huh.
Yep.
All right. We're gonna take a little break here, and we're gonna come back and talk second round. And is this the coming out party for Anthony Edwards?
Today's episode is brought to you by the premier clothing brand choice for any outdoor enthusiast, Backroads Apparel. Whether you chase the migration, live life at full draw, or just enjoy going to the camp to crack cold ones with friends and family, Backroads has a design that fits your lifestyle. Represent the brand that prides themselves on being authentic and original. Head over to backroadsapparel.com and grab your gear today. Be sure to use promo code PTB during checkout to receive 10% off of your entire order. Again, that's backroadsapparel.com, promo code PTB.
Well, that went a lot smoother than I expected for not doing it in, God, who knows how long. All right. Jokic just got announced MVP. They're down 0-2, going to Minnesota. What happens if I don't even think the Timberwolves have to sweep them, but I think they very, very well could sweep them? What does this do to Anthony Edwards?
Based on the first two games, they just look completely outclassed.
It doesn't look like they're in the same league.
But the T-Wolves been playing like this all year. Like this isn't awesome. A huge surprise. Yeah. I got a lot of family up there. A few of them have season tickets, so comes no surprise to most of them. So I've been in touch with their game for a little while.
Yeah.
I mean, Ant has been on this trajectory for the last few years of his career,
which is nuts. He's 22.
Yeah. I don't think. I mean, I'm not ready to crown him the next Michael Jordan. I think that's we love the media loves doing this kind of stuff.
Of course.
Of course. Like if they lose the next two at home, which I'm not saying they will, but then we don't compare him to Michael at all.
Right.
It's just we're prisoner of the moment.
I know they're just highlight clips. I get it.
Yeah.
Dude, they are fucking identical.
And that's again with the whole, number one pick. This is what you expect when you draft number one overall. Like you want him to be this guy, the same, in Orlando. Like they hit on this, and they've been building too. I mean, Cat was, they've been building this thing, and Rudy Gobert. I mean, they're deep, they're long. They cause nightmares on the defensive end, and they've got a guy that is going to take the shot. And Cat has no problem being 1B or the number 2 option.
So, your cousin, who covers the Hawks, you said that he said this is one of the greatest defensive performances, that first half of game 2 that he's seen. And, I listened to Ryan Russillo and Bill Simmons and all those guys. And I was listening to Bill Simmons yesterday on a pod that he recorded earlier in the week. And he's like, that might not only be one of the best halves defensively that you've seen, but this might defensively be one of the best teams like in the history of the league. And he named some teams in the 80s, and specifically like he was like, this is 04 Pistons, like almost all over again.
Yeah.
And
that's another thing with Ant is he loves to get in your grill and defend. And if you have your best player that wants to do that, it's contagious around, You're not going to go out there and slack on the defensive end in Minnesota.
We can just get into this right now. I asked, and this all circles back to that conversation. Is he a top 10 player in the league right now? Not going forward, because we know. Is he a top 10 player in the league right now? And
as of game 2 in the playoffs,
this second. And I think as much as we're talking about Anthony Edwards about this, you can really ask the same thing about Jalen Brunson too. Like what he's done in the playoff, he is
like a magnet on the rim.
He's unbelievable. Now I know he takes a ton of shots and gets to the line a ton, but his efficiency ratings, he's unreal. And
four
who
straight
would have thought
40-point games.
4 years ago that Jalen Brunson's going to be a conversation for top 10 player in the league?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I know. Thank
So
God
like
he
I
missed the
said-
second quarter because I had him under 37.5 points last night. Thank God he
Yeah.
missed the second quarter.
So like we said at the top of the show, I did my top 10 list. 1 through 4, easy. 5, easy.
Mm-hmm.
6 through 10 just crippled me. It's embarrassing how much thought I put into this. It took hours.
Yeah.
How many, I know you've seen my list, so I guess it doesn't really matter now. How many of the top 10 do you think we have the same is what I was going to ask. But that doesn't matter. There are some big
7,
names that
probably.
I didn't even consider. I wrote some names down here, but then there's some I didn't even consider. And I probably should. Devin Booker, I wrote him down. Never thought he was a top 10 guy, even though I know he's all NBA. He's great. Kawhi, wrote him down. Not a top 10 guy anymore.
Sure.
Cat, not a top 10 guy. I don't think that's crazy.
Yeah.
There are 4 names specifically that I left off that I wanted to get in there, and I couldn't. And it does not include Steph Curry. Not in my top 10 anymore.
He's in my top 10.
Steph is in your top 10?
Spoiler, yeah.
Do you want to go? I think we'll have the same top 5.
I didn't put mine in order. I just put top 10 because, and I, again, if you give me 5 minutes, I can make a case for the 20th best player on your list as why he's a top 10 guy.
Sure, and I get it. So I'm going to do the guys that I've left off first. Anthony Edwards, not in my top 10, but again, there's that 10th spot could fit 5 people.
He's probably the easiest case to make top 10 today.
I'm trying not to be a prisoner of the moment.
Right.
Now, if you tell me I'm building a team and I have the 3rd pick, that's probably my guy. But I don't think he's top 10 right this second. Victor Wembanyama, I wanted to put in there. Can't do it yet, but he's fucking close.
Mm-hmm.
Halliburton, one of my favorites to watch. Wanted to put him in there, couldn't get him in there. And Kevin Durant. I don't have Durant.
I have KD in my top 10.
I don't have him in there. All right, so I'm going to go 1 through 4. Jokic, 1, obviously. 3 out of 4 MVPs. Duh, got to be the best player. Embiid, 2. I don't think it's close. Embiid is the second best player in the league. He's been top 2 in MVP 4 or 5 years. Would have been it this year, but didn't hit the mark. I don't think it's close. He's the second best player in the league. 3 and 4, you could flip-flop any which way you want. You could probably flip-flop 3, 4, 5 any which way. But me, personally, Luka and Giannis, either or. So I have Luka 3, Giannis 4.
If you're a GM today,
yep,
you're going to take Embiid over Giannis?
100%. If I'm playing one game versus aliens today, I'm taking Embiid over Giannis. I'm not thinking 3 years from now. I'm thinking
today. I mean, sure, if Giannis isn't playing in the playoffs, but he was
better this year. He was better last year. He's been a top 2 player in the league. Of the last
I'd be
years.
happy. I'd be crawling the walls if I was the owner of the 3rd pick and Giannis fell into my lap.
Yeah, of course.
Biggest whiff of all time.
Well, Giannis would be my 2 if I'm drafting a team for now in the future.
Okay. But 1 year.
I was really just thinking I got a game right now. We're playing the Monstars. Who am I taking? I'm taking Embiid. And 5 is SGA. I don't think he's in that 4 yet. He's clearly 5, in my opinion.
Okay.
So, Jokic, Embiid, Luka, Giannis, SGA. I think that 5 is duh. So then 6 through 10. I assume you have those 5 in your top 10.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you don't have this in order, so I'm just going to keep going in order, and then you just chime in.
Okay.
My 6 was the hardest one for me to do. And this might be like a cop-out answer, but since, in my opinion, there's no clear 6, then it has to still be LeBron. Because LeBron has been the best player in the league for 2 decades. And if there's no clear buddy that's better than him, then it has to be him. And that's really my only reason.
He was a no-brainer in my top 10.
Yeah. Again, there's guys that watch basketball for a living, specifically like Russillo. Like, I trust his opinion. And if he had a playoff game, which he did, that was one of Russillo's like most impressive LeBron games, like, then I'm going to trust his evaluation. Like, he's still one of the best players in the league. Number 7, and I wanted to put him 6, but if it wasn't that cut and dry, that I couldn't put him above LeBron. Sabonis, dude, he's the 7th best player in the league. He's so fucking good. Back-to-back years leading the league in rebounds. Top 5 assist guy, will score you 20 a game.
Yeah.
Play great defense. Yeah. He's efficient. He's fucking unbelievable.
And not talked about.
And never talked about.
You're starting a campaign now. You could be
I'm
leading the campaign.
I Googled jerseys, China jerseys to buy of Sabonis. 8. And you probably could flip-flop these 2 if you wanted to. I wouldn't argue it. Anthony Davis, he's still a top 10 player in the league. He's unbelievable.
He's in my he played 70 games. People want to still talk about he played 70 plus. They want to say
he was unreal this year.
Yeah. He carried that Lakers team.
Yeah, this is one of his better years. Right. 9. This is probably controversial. Probably should be 10, but I got him at 9. I have Jalen Brunson in there. It's crazy. I know. I might be. This might be now me being prisoner of the moment because I didn't want to do it with Ant, but I'm doing it with Brunson, so maybe it's not fair.
All right.
Better score. Yeah, go. Chime in whenever.
Last night, you would have rather had Jalen Brunson on the Knicks than Steph Curry. No. There's just no way.
All right. So
but when you say it just like that.
I know. Listen, dude, I've been battling internally for all night. I battled this. Like, all right, I got one game. Like, am I really going to say, all right, I got a shot. I need 2 points right here, and I'm taking Brunson over, all KD. Like, I'm doing that for real.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake too. I got KD in my top 10. He played 70 plus games this year too. So like, even if we're taking out, these guys were healthy this year.
They were healthy this year, and just these other guys are so much better. Like, I'm looking at these efficiency ratings. Like, Brunson's 7th behind LeBron and AD and Luka, and behind him, like,
we're talking one game to win, though.
Like, these dudes aren't in the top 20. Like, win shares, Brunson is 8th. Like, KD's not on this list.
Sound like Kevin Cash. We're talking about one game.
I know. I understand that. I think this is the new wave, dude. This is the new wave.
Hey, the analytics get you to the one game.
The
one game is there. You're not taking Jalen Brunson over Steph Curry.
Why? Because stuff in 2019, like, it's over, dude. It's over.
The torch has been passed.
I've had so much heat about this from the guys here. Like, the Tiger effect. Like, dude, it's over. I'm done with Tiger Woods. I'm over it.
Yeah.
Steph,
I wish the PGA was done. They cover, side.
We're done.
I don't care to watch Tiger hack it around Augusta and shoot.
We're done. I'm over it. I don't need to watch it anymore.
I'm with you on that. I don't think Steph is not Tiger Woods right now. That's maybe even more outrageous to say than
I don't
taking
know,
Brunson
man. Like,
over Steph. Tiger could barely limp around. Steph could still play in the NBA. Tiger probably shouldn't be on.
well, all right. I mean, yes, Steph is still playing it like.
So is Steph 12? Is he the 12th best? Because Tiger's not
probably
the 12th best golfer on tour.
I'm not going to argue this. Like, I'm not. Yes, Steph is better at basketball right now than Tiger is at golf. Yes, I agree with that. I just think what Brunson did this year and right now, like
he could
who's
win
going to
MVP.
make? He was, what was he, 5th?
Yeah.
Like, it's not crazy to think 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he was 5th in MVP. Like, I'm not
Anthony Edwards or Jalen Brunson.
Well, the way I have it, I don't. Well, if I'm starting a team from scratch, I'm taking Ant. He's 22, not 27. Like, I would take Maxey over Brunson. He's 23, not 27.
Yeah, but 27's not. Oh, come on, man.
I understand it's not a lot, but it's not 22.
Sure, I guess when you're talking starting a team, sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got Brunson at 9, and he probably should have been 10. I wanted to leave Tatum off this list so bad, but, like, you're back-to-back first-team All-NBA, probably going to be 3 in a row. Like, if you're first-team All-NBA, you have to be in the top 10. I probably should have him higher. I just feel like, I don't know.
He scored Jason Tatum hate in the NBA.
He scored 18
points
and played like shit, and they fucking won by 25. Like,
right.
He's not the reason they are the best team in the league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he has not been shooting the ball very well the playoffs so far.
Yeah,
but I haven't been my top.
If he wants to drop 50, he can do that. I'm well aware.
Yep.
All right, so I have the top 5. Then I have LeBron, Sabonis, Anthony Davis, Brunson, Tatum. Of those 5, at least 2 of them are out. I assume Brunson is out.
Brunson's out.
I assume Sabonis is out.
Sabonis is out. I have.
I want you to look, not right now, but I want you to look a little deeper into Sabonis because that shit shocked me. Like, I knew he was a good player. I was like, he's all-star, top 25.
Yeah,
This dude is legitimately, like, he makes all NBA teams. Like, he's fucking good.
Can he be the number 1 option on an NBA team, championship team?
I don't know. They're not playing right now. So the easy answer is no. But also, can Brunson? Probably not. I don't think they're going to win the title. Can Anthony Davis? Never done it before. I don't think. I mean, I guess if you want to say he was the best player over LeBron, sure, I guess, whatever, in the bubble. I don't know. Can Anthony Edwards right now? Probably not. But maybe. I don't know. If they
won the finals, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, I wouldn't pick them today to win it, but if they won it, I'd be like, well.
I don't know. I don't know the NBA anymore because it's all changing and evolving in front of us. Like, before,
the NBA is so fluid with these, like, who's the best. Like, there could be 3 to 4 new players this time next year. I'm opening up another beer.
Geez, that first one went down quick.
Well, it's sunny Florida here. It hasn't rained in a month and a half. Nothing else to do but sit outside by the pool. Anyways, there could be 3 to 4 new players on that list tomorrow. Like, we talked, he's on Wembanyama. If he's on your list next year, I mean, if Paolo takes another step or 2 next year.
If the Magic go to the Eastern Conference Finals, then he's in the conversation
that's
for sure.
The beauty of the NFL or the NBA. Most other leagues, like, who's going to be. The NBA can change. I mean, last year
it can now for sure.
Yeah, right. Yeah, last year we weren't talking about Brunson or Ant, and now
No. We were talking about Brunson like, oh, you might be in contention for like the most improved player in the league, not wow, you might be the most valuable player.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
my list is similar. Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, Luka, Anthony Davis, SGA, Steph, Bron, KD, and I have Tatum in there. But again, like I said earlier, give me your 19th best player. Give me 5 minutes on a computer, and I can convince you he's the 10th best player in the league.
Yeah, like again, I'm not a huge Devin Booker guy.
Yeah.
And that's probably a me issue, not a Booker issue, because like I understand, I know he's great.
Yeah.
I just don't ever picture him as like a top 10 guy.
Yeah. But you can make that narrative. I mean,
but,
let Orlando sign Paul
it.
George, and I can promise you he's in the top 10 in 5 minutes. I mean, just saying that's how good all these guys are.
Yeah, no,
but clear top 5, and then
I think there's a clear
maybe
top 5.
6 through 15. Have at it.
Yeah. All right. So outside of the names that we had listed, who is a guy that can sneak in there? Like you just said, Paolo. That's a great one. That's a guy that could be in the top 10. I probably should have set you up for this. I wonder who is a guy that is not in the top 10 or even like discussed. Like, do you think Chet could ever be a top 10 guy?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Yeah. I mean, again, the NBA, it's ever evolving. Like, he wouldn't be the the guy that's not on this list. Again, I think the easy answers right now off like high draft picks that are the next step.
Yeah.
Wemby and Paolo are the two that I could.
For sure.
If one of them aren't in the top 10 next year of somebody's debate, I would be surprised. I would think that they had a bad year. Like they didn't hit that next goal.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think Trae Young will ever get there.
No.
Like we thought a couple years ago.
Yeah, my Hawks family will not appreciate that though. But
yeah, but let's be honest. Like he can score.
He's limited. He's limited. Yeah. He's limited.
All right. Here's the thing. That's a guy that I think definitely cannot be the one. I think them making that fluky Eastern Conference Finals kind of gave everybody this false hope, like they were better than they actually are. Kind of like what happened with the New York Giants 2 years ago. The worst thing that they could have done was make the playoffs, give Daniel Jones all that money. Now you're fucking stuck.
Now look at it.
I think Kyrie's past that. I'm not being a homer, but I think Maxey could be maybe not in the top 10, but in that discussion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude averaged 26 points a game this year. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a list in front of me, but if you started naming young players, I could give you the yay or nay. They're in the discussion.
Yeah. And then the last one, obviously, Zion is a guy that with health could be there.
Yeah. Yeah. Just I don't know.
Huh. All right. Well, that was good.
Fun discussions that we can finally. The NBA again is in a good place. If they can figure out the regular season, I mean, it's never numbers wise, it's not going to compete with the NFL. But here's my hot take: if they somehow incorporated this in-season tournament with a playoff berth, an automatic bid, I don't know how you do it, but and make it a little bit longer, I think it could work. I don't hate the idea of an in-season tournament. It's just that didn't.
Listen, basketball guys loved it. It was like a thing. It made. I think.
But money isn't the. They don't get.
No, here's the only downside to making it. Like a good team is probably going to win it,
right?
And they're already going to make the playoffs.
But you guarantee them a spot for like a play-in spot. It's like the play-in games. Like you're guaranteed.
Yeah, but like, what if the Celtics win it?
Well, if they don't use it, then it goes to But like at the very least, you're a 7, 8, 9, 10, because they're going to load manage regardless. I don't know. If you could find a way to make that work, it would make it better. I don't know how to do it, but also Adam Silver doesn't pay me to think of
that. All right, last thing. Thunder Mavs. Thunder up 1-0. I believe they play tonight.
Yes.
Celtics Cav. Boston's up 1-0. Believe they play tonight. Who you got in the series?
I mean, easy. I mean, Boston is just they're just better. Although I've read a bunch that they would rather have played. They match up better with the Cavs in Orlando. I mean, I should get over it, but Boston's going to beat them in 6 at the very most. It should probably be 5. Cavs may win a game at home. I mean,
Yeah, gentleman's sweep.
Yeah. I like the duo of Luka and Kyrie. I'm honestly surprised that that's worked as well as it has.
Yeah. Shout out Kyrie.
Yeah.
Great fucking year. Healthy all year, balling out.
Yeah, that's worked out. See, and that's when the whole big 3 or duo, it can still work. When that happened, that was a recipe for disaster. There's no way Luka and Kyrie was going to work. And
most talented backcourt of all time.
That's a hot take. Maybe
is it though?
I mean, talk about prisoner of the moment. I'm not sure.
There are literally people in NBA circles that think Kyrie Irving is the most talented, most gifted basketball player that's ever played.
I mean, Jameer Nelson, JJ Redick, 2009 was a hell of a backcourt.
Who?
Jameer Nelson, JJ Redick, your favorite player of all time. Come on. Another shameless Orlando Magic.
Rose, baby.
Yeah, that's working out. I don't know. I'd like to see that one go 7 games. That's not. I don't know. I don't remember watching a game of OKC with that New Orleans series. It was that bad. So I'd like this one to be better.
Yeah, the retired gambler. Thank God. But boy, the Thunder and the Pacers, I nailed them all year.
My easiest bet, Orlando Magic over regular season. I killed that.
Yep. Knicks Pacers. Knicks go up 2-0. I would love to see that be a series. Halliburton finally got his head out of his ass. He sucked game 1.
Yeah, I didn't realize how that home court advantage in MSG is.
Oh, MSG is rocking now.
Is quite something. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were some dreadful calls in that. I think the Pacers filed 78 missed or wrong foul, which I don't understand. What's the point of that?
I have no idea.
What is the point? If they just said, yeah, we missed all 78, do they win? Obviously not. What's the point?
I've always wondered how they protest games. They're never going to go back and just change it. Yeah, you know what? You're right. We fucked that up. Yeah. You guys win.
We're going to go back and we're going to play 3 minutes and whoever it just seems like an incredible waste of time. But yeah, that looks to be a good series. Indiana will win. That place.
I think they'll make that a series. The Knicks can't keep playing 6 or 7 guys. That whole
that's
Tibbs things. I can't imagine that lasting for another month.
Which is surprising that the Wolves defense is better now than it was with Tibbs over there.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah.
I like the Thunder to win the series. I like the Celtics to win the series. You win 2 on the road. You have to take the Timberwolves now. I don't see the Nuggets coming back from this.
It would be hard pressed. I mean, they have to win game 3.
Have to.
But yeah, I don't see how the Timberwolves just don't look like they're going to lose 4 out of the next 5.
Yeah, no, there's no way. There's no way.
No.
I think the Pacers can make it a series.
But
I'm kind of going. I think everyone that's up now is just going to win the series. I don't think the Cavs have a chance. I don't think the Mavs realistically have a chance.
No, I mean
the Nuggets have the best to come back, I guess. Just because
if Murray's if his calf is as bad as they're saying it is, and I saw an interesting stat. If Jokic shoots the ball 25 times, they have like 1 win.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. So I mean, again,
Jokic is such a weird player, man. It's so weird. I will never understand it.
why waste your time? Why waste your time in the gym working out when you can look like that and be that good at basketball?
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Hopefully they make it serious. I think both teams are really good. I'd hate to see that only go 5 games.
I know. I thought that was going to be the best series, and it has not. It's looked like the worst series so far. Who you got winning it all?
I mean, how do you? Wow. All this prep, and I don't know why I never even expected.
Never thought that. Yeah.
Wolves.
All right, let's do this. I'm gonna pull up some odds. I'll give you a couple seconds to think about it.
Okay.
These odds are all FanDuel Sportsbook. I don't know why I use them. They don't pay me or anything. Nobody pays me. This is just a fucking cesspool of my income. I just waste on this fucking shit. Oh, all right. Well, I'm not gonna lie. The internet has been good for the video, but of course, when you try and pull up a browser,
I've got Hard Rock here because
yeah, lay it on me. You do this.
Celtics are minus 130. The Wolves
to win the title.
To win the title. The Wolves
minus
are
130.
300. Yeah, so clear favorite. Okay. Boston Celtics. The Nuggets are plus 1,500. Honestly, I might sprinkle a little bit on that. Like, to get them that far. I mean, they're down 0-2. But yeah, I mean, it's Boston.
If you're gonna bet the Nuggets, you got to do it now.
Yeah, right. Plus 1,500. That's probably the best odds you've probably had. That's the best odds you've had on the Nuggets literally all year.
Ever, yeah. What's OKC at?
Plus 650. Again, I just don't. They haven't been like these guys haven't been there. It's the same thing. Like if Orlando makes this run next year, it's kind of the same. Like you've got to be there. Like it just doesn't happen your first time through.
All right. Well, if the Nuggets don't win this series, it's going to be a first time for somebody.
Yeah, but not being there. Like Boston's been there.
Right. Well, I meant in the West.
Oh, in the West. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess it had, but it just hasn't. I guess we've been so spoiled with LeBron and Steph.
I mean, listen, it's really only Boston and Denver that have been there. Knicks, no. Cavs, no. Pacers, none of these teams have done it before.
But like the three that you just mentioned,
or Nuggets, it's fresh blood.
Yeah, I mean the three that you mentioned, like there's no way the Cavs are going to win the NBA Finals. They're just
no.
They're not winning. Or the Pacers, they're just not winning the NBA Finals.
You think Mitchell's going to be out? Because that is the perfect piece for Orlando.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm texting my brother-in-law and my dad during the game. I'm like, how do we get him?
Yeah,
like if we get him, like I mean, he operates. He was fun to watch as he's carving up the Orlando Magic. That was the first time. Like I was enjoying watching him play. Like he reminds me of Arian Foster when he ran the football in the NFL.
Yeah.
It was just at a different game speed. Yeah, it's just a different game speed. He can get to wherever he wants. We had no way of stopping him.
I will forever say that should be Hall of Famer Arian Foster, by the way.
Fair.
Yeah, and I forever owe an apology to Donovan Mitchell for ever thinking Ben Simmons was significantly better than he was. So. Forever apology to Donovan Mitchell.
Hey, nobody bats 1,000.
All right, that's you got anything else?
No, this is you know what I'll say. I think Boston's going to finally win. So I'll put it out there. I mean, I'm gonna bet the Nuggets, but I think Boston, where they're at right now, I think they're going to win the NBA Finals.
So weird. I'll never understand it. Yeah, that's all. My Phillies are fucking awesome. It's great to see.
Yeah, they are. That's the Rays are. They're playing better.
The City Connect jerseys that they got are fucking cool. I don't know why you don't like them. Why
They're
you don't
awful.
like any of them?
I don't like any of them. I just saw the Tigers came out and theirs aren't any better either. Just none of them are good.
Oh, I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm
this
old
is fun.
school.
Maybe maybe we'll chime back in closer to the finals and we can do this again.
And our top 10 will probably change.
Yeah, Ant will be like 6 if they get to the final.
If Ant is still in the finals, he's probably exactly right. He's probably top 5. So
yeah.
Yeah, man, this is fun. We'll do it again.
All right, brother.
All right, man.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget, subscribe, rate, review. We are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. YouTube is the moneymaker. So if we could get a couple of subscriptions on YouTube, that would be great. This was fun, and we will see you next time.